Hi and welcome to Real Reviews. My name's Martin Carr and today I'm going to be talking about Sex Education Season 4. This is the one where everyone comes together. You've seen the tagline, you've seen the poster, and with any luck you're already binging it on Netflix. So let's get into it, shall we? So with the likes of Asa Butterfield and Emma Mackey and Gillian Anderson and obviously Nkuti Gatwa, I'm hoping I've got the pronunciation correct, who is, as we all know, the next Doctor Who. We are diving into the final episodes, the final season of Sex Education, which has been quite the revelation in terms of programming with regards to, shall we say, drama and sort of gender and identity and discussion and sort of, in all fairness, just diving into every element of sex and what it is, which drives us, what drives us to get into relationships, what drives us to connect with people, what are our kinks, what are our peccadillos, what are the things which sort of like, you know, you don't talk about. Well, this talks about everything and it has spoken about everything. This is the series, this is the show, which has pretty much trailblazed its way through an entire generation of Z people, or Generation Z, if you will, and beyond. And so, as I said, for me, this has been quite the revelation in terms of shows. I was a very much a newbie when it came to the show. I'd watched it in brief, maybe episodes 1 and 2, but I've actually binged the whole damn thing. And honestly, I've never felt more, shall we say, entertained. Gillian Anderson is excellent as Jean. Asa Butterfield is exceptional as Otis, and Emma Mackey is exceptional as Maeve as well. And obviously, then we have our resident Doctor Who as Eric, who is almost a single-handed scene stealer all on his own. But having said that, this is a genuine ensemble piece. So I'm thinking, let's just jump ahead and decide, is this any good? Shall we or shall we not watch it? Like anyone's not gonna. So as much as Otis and Maeve are separated by a continent because she's off in America at a writing college doing a course, trying to pursue an internship, and you've got Eric, who is obviously coming into his own and moving away from Otis because he's very much part of, shall we say, he's really in touch with his sexuality at this point, and they move to this purpose-built complex, this new college, which is it's sort of new age, and it's got silent disco, and it's got meditation rooms, and it's sort of, you know, very non-conformist in terms of, you know, it doesn't conform to gender, it doesn't conform to identity. Everything's a discussion, everything's a debate, nothing is pinned down, and to a certain extent the creators behind the show, from my point of view, this is the only heavy-handed element of it. I mean, everybody's aware at this point exactly what the premise behind sex education is and what it does and what it aims to do and what it does really well in the main. But for my part, the college and this move away from Moordale, it really does sort of hammer home the point a little bit too much. Beyond that, you do get some more character expansion with Jean. You get some more, obviously, with Otis. It's funny, it still lands in the main, and there will be die-hard fans who maybe don't get on with it quite so much. But for my part, this still stands alone as a really decent piece of programming. It's a really decent show, and more importantly, it explores topics very carefully and with consideration, with sensitivity, which is ultimately, and it promotes debate. So at the end of the day, that's what a show needs to do. I think that's what any entertainment needs to do. That's what any art form needs to do. Ultimately, is to promote debate and sort of push the envelope. And this is exactly what this show has done from the outset. So I think I've said my piece, but we're going to move on and we're going to give it a rating. So let's do that, shall we? So I'm thinking, as I said, I'm thinking again a 4 out of 5, a 4 out of 5 on the big old 5 scale. That's a 4 out of 5 on the big old 5 scale. I'll tell you for why. Because of the heavy-handed element, because of this, this sort of hammering home of the point through the college, I think, is the only ball which ultimately gets dropped. Again, there will be people who watched it religiously and feel a real connection to these characters, understandably so, who maybe don't feel that things were rounded off in quite the way they would want. But then again, these things are always subjective, and ultimately from an audience to create a perspective, you simply can't please everybody. It can't happen. So from my point of view, I would recommend seeing this. I'd start from the beginning and just watch it all the way through, binge. Do exactly as I've suggested with Brassic, which is my previous review. Do that, because there is so much value to be had from experiencing it either for the first time or going back through it for a second time at least, and doing that. So on that note, let's move on to that trailer, shall we? Right, and so it is that you've reached the end of the video for Sex Education Season 4, and this is the bit where I go. If you like the video, then make sure you click on the thumb and give me a like. If you want to drop a comment in the comment box below, then always do that, because I will respond. And finally, if you want to subscribe, then feel free to do that too, because, every Tuesday, every Saturday, when I drop one of these bad boy videos, then what you're going to get is a little ping, and then you can listen or watch as much or as little as you want to and still go about your day. So until then, take care, talk soon, all the best.